Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have where I left off. Engine is out of the car, but I have some more stuff now. So I picked myself up Harbor Freight Special, engine stand. Went with the 1,000-pound. Actually, I guess they didn't have the 750-pound one, so can handle a heavier engine. And by the way, I did a little bit of research, and apparently these Ecotech engines are around a little over 300. So I don't need anything this big, but it will be handy. Also, a while back I got this jack right here, Harbor Freight, 3-ton. I'm seeing that now. I didn't realize it was a 3-ton. Anyways, 3-ton, and then that was the only one I had, except then also got this one, and this is kind of really sketchy because it's got more like gears and stuff in there, and then all of a sudden it's drop, so kind of sketchy. So I actually went and got myself a 2-ton, and yeah, that's what I didn't realize that I actually got myself that other one was a 3-ton, but should be lots enough. So got a jack, got an engine stand, and over here, these two boxes over here, I've got myself an engine crane, and it's actually a 2-ton folding engine crane. So be able to get a lot more done now. So first thing, I believe I'll probably put I don't know, I'm going to be needing all of these, but engine stand and the crane, because I'm going to be taking this off, and I'll have to take the transmission off, but I'm going to put this on the crane and tear it apart and see what all is wrong, or see if obviously the block is bad, this whole there rod hanging out. I'm going to see, I'm hoping the head is still good. So maybe a future project or something. It's got variable timing. Several things that might be able to be good for maybe a good full NA setup in the future or something. But anyway, so I can take the engine transmission off and put the subframe, for right now, put this subframe back in the car so that I can actually roll it back out, because you can see it's got all the stuff hooked to it and no wheels and tires, so it just has to sit there. So going to get started with that. And hopefully I can roll be able to put the subframe back on the stuff, back on the car. Hopefully maybe get a bunch more of the, maybe like brake lines, few stuff still in the car. Brake lines, fuel line, that line right there. I think it goes back to what's called evap. It's right by where the fuel tank would be. The fuel tank isn't in this car anymore, but I think it goes back to where that would be, and it's to vent the fumes from the fuel tank or something, I guess. Anyways, all that stuff's gonna need to come off. So do that, and then get to this stuff right here. Get to actually working on the engine, because I'm super excited about that, because I've never actually had an engine apart, other than taking the valve cover off, which I already did with this one, and with the other car I've done. I've never actually seen down inside, so I'm really excited about that. Also taking the engine off, or the transmission off, and seeing inside of there. And with this plug right here, could get a little peek at the converter, but I've never actually seen the interior stuff. So super excited about that. So I guess I'll have to just get started. Okay guys, so I've got a whole bunch of stuff done. Got the engine out here sitting on these couple 4x6 blocks. Got the subframe on the car, and I shoved it out right out the door. And also spilled a lot of oil when I pulled the drive shaft out of, this is the passenger side here, and a lot of oil spilled and stuff. So actually what I took is
got a bunch of sawdust and just put it down, and it absorbs a lot of the stuff because I don't have any of that. I'm not sure what it's called, oil dry or something like that. Anyways, so got a bunch of stuff done. I don't have the engine on this yet. So I took out, I think, most of the bolts that would hold the engine and transmission together. And I'm not exactly sure what the deal is because it's not coming apart yet, but that will be for another time. So I don't have any more time to work on now. So I guess for now, that will be all. And yeah, I'm really hoping to get the engine, engine transmission apart and get the engine on the engine stand here so I can take that apart and, you know, see what all the damage is. But anyways, yeah, I guess that's, catch you guys in a little while.
Okay guys, so it is another day and I've got this area kind of cleaned up and have this thing back on the cherry picker, crane, whatever you want to call it. So I do have all the bolts out of the transmission all the way around. I'm guessing there's just like dowels or something, you know, holding it in place because it doesn't really want to come off right now. So I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna have to start just prying around on it and try to get it off and then get it onto the stand there. As soon as I get onto the stand, well, I actually might do a little messing around with the transmission. Maybe might even clean this stuff up a bit or something. But then I might mess around a little bit with the transmission, look at that stuff, and then tear into the engine because I really want to see what all it looks like in there. So yeah, I guess I'll get started. Okay guys, so I took off the front cover here on, I'm not sure if it's front cover or not, but it's on the transmission here. This thing looks brand new inside. I mean, I'm guessing it's had, I don't know. It just looks brand, I mean, everything looks brand new. You can see right there, it's a 2010, so I'm guessing it's original transmission. Not 100% sure about that, but I mean, yeah, everything looks great. Yeah, 4, 15, 10. That might be the time, I'm not sure. But everything looks really good in here. And yeah, see the thing, I'm still not sure. You see, this is just the outer sort of cover that was like right here. But there's still this area right here. See, like this is where it obviously mounts up to the engine. Still haven't gotten that be able to pop that apart, so I'm not sure what I need to do. But yeah, I'm really glad that the transmission looks great inside. I'm not going to be using this on this car for now. As far as I know, I won't be. So that's probably not going to matter as far as this car. I'll probably end up putting in some other car or something. But yeah, I guess I'll have to just keep trying to figure out what to do. Figure out how to get the transmission actually off, because there's bolts all the way around that I've already taken off. So it should actually grab the pry bar here so to show the. It's not sure. Oh, it's starting to move now. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but put the pry bar about right there. And let me see. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a good do it now that it's not sitting on the floor, but it moves around. But you can pry a couple of different places here. You can kind of pry on it, and it'll pop apart ways, but it just springs back. And I've tried multiple different places, and it just doesn't really want to do anything. So I'll actually probably end up putting the cover back on just so everything stays clean. And then, yeah, I guess try a bunch more things, see if I can get the transmission off. Okay guys, so I am finally getting this thing split apart. So I'm kind of an idiot, but there was actually, I just didn't see. There was another bolt on the bottom. I was just like, there's no way it's actually that tight. And yes, there was another one way down kind of between the engine and transmission where you just could not see. There was another bolt. So these are all 18 mil bolts, by the way. So, yeah. It came off quite easy once I got the other bolt out, and so, yeah, I guess pull the transmission off. Transmission, I'm probably going to end up just, I don't know, putting somewhere here, and then engine obviously I'm gonna put on the engine stand. It'll also probably be over in this area here somewhere, so it's close to tools and stuff. But yeah, now that I finally got that off, I can actually start working on it. Okay guys, so I have the engine on sand here. It's just a little bit sketchy, but anyways, got it on here. So now I'll finally be able to just start tearing the whole thing apart. So yeah, honestly, just gonna start tearing the whole thing apart. I already had the valve cover off, so I do just put a couple of bolts back in. I think there's like 2 on each side or something, and yeah. Water pump. Well, actually, water pump is run by the, I believe it's the timing chain. So I have to take that off when I take the timing chain off. But there's a tensioner, several bunch of stuff. So yeah, I guess it'll be start taking that off and just see what sort of damage we can find. Hey guys, so I got part of the timing chain cover off. I'm not sure, it's kind of weird on this one because this is all like one piece, like part of the head. So you just have to take off this cover and then just pull it up and around or something. But first hint of what may have caused some damage, I'm not 100% sure, but the timing chain is broken. So I already did pull it off, it was around there. And down there is right beside the tensioner there, and then it was just hanging down right here, and I was like, wait, what? Because the other piece is right there. And earlier when I'd been turning it over, I had seen that I could look down from right up here, and I could see down into there, right down into there, and I could tell there was another chain that was not moving. I was like, I wasn't 100% sure about it. There's like, I'm pretty sure if you're turning it over, everything is going to be turning there. So that was one thing I figured out. But yeah, I still have to take more of this out. You can see down all sorts of little pieces of all sorts of stuff down in there. But yeah, I guess I'll probably take a picture of this so I can know how to put this stuff back together. I'd probably find diagrams anyways, but it probably wouldn't be that hard to figure out. But yeah, just start taking all the stuff apart, and then hopefully once you got the timing chain off, I can take the whole head off, I'm pretty sure. And then that's going to expose a lot of the damage and stuff. And then I could probably turn it over, take the oil pan off, and see the rest of the damage. Well, I'll probably take the oil pan off before I turn it over, because there's going to be a lot of pieces in there. So, yeah. Moment of truth. Hoping this comes off now. Hopefully, it comes off easy. Oh my word. Wow. Okay. Too bad. Set this in and instead of bringing it later. Okay. Wow. Okay, well the gasket is coming apart. There's RTB in here, it looks like. Not sure if that's supposed to be in there or not, but. Okay, that does not, I mean, okay, the piston's cracked. It's actually pretty funny. How in the world? It actually looks like it's only that one right there. Well, obviously it's not supposed to do that, but that actually doesn't look too bad. I will say that doesn't look too bad. The walls feel smooth. Obviously I have a lot more stuff to dig into, but that does not feel bad at all. Well, I guess I'll take off the next thing would be the oil pan. Next thing is the oil pan, and yeah, honestly this doesn't, I was honestly expecting to see cylinder walls gouged and stuff, and I actually thought I'd seen another one that was, let me see, yeah, that is a little worse off down there. Nope, actually not. I was just gonna say that was actually worse off down there, but this piston is actually, because it's all, the rod's broken, it can actually go down farther. You know what, that might actually not be too bad. So, get on to the oil pan now. So we can put the head at, because this thing honestly doesn't look, it's gonna take a little of work though, because there's obviously metal all over inside, but just looking at it, everything looks pretty good. So honestly probably gonna be able to keep a bunch of stuff, obviously not the gasket. Don't think you ever use something like this. 3-layer gasket. Well, guess I'll get that pan off and see from there. Okay guys, so the camera just quit recording for some reason, but I've got the engine upside down, and there's all those bolts right there were in these holes right here, and then some of those bolts right there were around down in those holes down around the outside, and I still have bolt there and bolt there. By the way, these ones are 13 mil, those ones were 15 mil, I believe. So yeah, I just need to take those two off because I already started priming off and then saw those, and it was starting to come up, but it was holding it down. So take those off, then I'll be able to see the crank real easy. It'll be right there, and we'll tell what all damage is done to it and the rest of the stuff. Okay guys, so you can see here, we've got the, not sure what it exactly would be called, girdle, something like that. Anyways, that is off. That is from the bottom side here. And you can see where it was cracked from the outside. It's actually a lot worse than it looked. So it is all the way inside. I'm not sure if that's oil passage or coolant. I'm going to say it's coolant. And then you see there's some more cracks. It's basically ready to just pop out. Well, it's stuck in there pretty good, but it's still oil. You'd be putting oil and coolant if you tried doing very much at all. And you can look right down in there. It's pretty beat up. Still gonna take it apart and do some stuff with it, but for the most part, I think this thing's pretty well done. I think I'll have to get new engine. This is an aluminum block. These blocks are aluminum. I don't think anyone would even want to mess with something like this. I don't have any way of trying to weld it myself if I want to, mess around with it. But yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna take, obviously that rod or hurry blue, but take these three, take the rod caps. I think that's what it's called. Rod caps. Anyways, take those off and drop the pistons out the bottom side, and then pull the crank out and look at some more stuff. Be able to look at the damage a little better. Okay guys, so yeah, it's not looking very good. So I took out, these are actually the rod caps right here. And yeah, these things look pretty bad. At least a couple of these, whatever. Anyways, so things look pretty bad. And of course this one, rod and piston, well, here's part of the piston. And that's part of the piston right there, and the rest of the stuff is down in the oil pan. So, got part of the rod here. That's actually most of it, to be honest. Because it's got most of, I think, all of the wrist pin right there. It's just a little bit banged up down there, and then the whole bottom end is gone. And of course, bearings, I think that's part of the rod cap. Oh yeah, here's another part of the screw, or bolt. Here's the other bolt. Yeah, and here's another bearing, another bearing. A lot of carnage. So it's, and the other thing was, I think I already said that, but this part right here is definitely bad enough. Don't think I'm gonna be using this block. So I might only just just look for a new block, because the rest of the stuff is, well, there is that piece right down there. Don't know if you call it a girdle or whatever you'd call it, but that thing's actually pretty beat up. You can see right over there is right there. As you see, that one's how it's supposed to be. That one's all beat out. We've been about right here. So yeah, I mean, I was actually expecting to have to do a whole new engine anyways, and I was mostly just curious to see what was inside of here. So yeah, honestly, that's probably be all for now. Next video, I'm gonna see. Next video might be doing a bunch of stuff with like all the interior parts. So I've got switched over wiring harness. That bin right there is actually a bunch of junk. Radiator, fan, some lights down there. There's a shifter, coolant passageway, bunch of trim stuff there, and most of the stuff I'm actually going to see if I can sell eBay, Craigslist, stuff like that. I'm gonna see how much of the $400 paid for the car, how much of that I can get back, and see how cheap I can do stuff for. So that is all for now. Hope you're liking this project car series, and hopefully getting an engine soon, working on some more stuff, hopefully getting this place cleaned out because it's just a terrible mess. One laundry space there, now the engine's all apart, all sorts of stuff all over. So thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the content, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys another time.